Hey there, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do a feedback reviews campaign. So this isn't just your basic ask for a review. This is ask for a review based on feedback, based on a certain number of appointments or meetings that you might have with a client. So let me just jump in and show you how it works. Now, a few different things that we have that make this up. It's not really complicated, but again, it's not just a simple ask for a review. So first thing you'll notice is we have an opportunity pipeline. Now I've got myself in here as a test customer. And so when I come in as a new customer, I'm going to be right here as new customer. Now I have this one set up where after the second visit, so let's say, for example, that your niche might be accounting or some services where you have multiple appointments. Right? And maybe you don't want to ask for an review after the first appointment, that you have a service that maybe after the third or fourth or fifth visit, then you want to ask them for a review. So that's what this is set up for. In this case, we have this example. First visit, the customer lands here. Second visit, they're going to automatically move over here to needs review. They're going to remain staged there until you tell them or designate after how many showed visits or showed appointments this customer has that you ask for the feedback. At that number, let's say that it's the fourth visit. Well, after the fourth visit, it will automatically move over to feedback requested, at which time it will send out a message, something along the lines of, "Hey Dar, thanks for being our customer. We hope you've had a great experience. Would you be kind enough to click the link below sharing how your experience has been?" And then we give them two options. One is it's been great. The other is it's been not satisfactory. Depending on what their answer is, if they say it's been great, then we communicate with them and say, we're glad you had a great experience. Would you be kind enough to leave us a review? So if they've clicked great, then this is automatically going to move over to review requested. Now, if they click that they've not had a great experience on your feedback, well, you want to know that too as a business. So we're going to send them a form so they can let us know where we might have missed the mark. And in that case, then it's going to go to not satisfactory. This way, your customer or the office that's using the system can see that we have someone in not satisfactory. So I'm going to break down how all this works. Let's put me over here at new customers. So here I am in the contact screen. If we'll go to contacts, here I am as the contact. And you'll notice we have a few things in here that are not just standard high-level stuff. This is where we've customized the system to work for our needs and for our customers' needs. For example, you might notice preferred name Dar. Now, actually, my real name is Darwin. So let me update that. So if I were a customer, my real name is Darwin, but my preferred name is Dar, and so that's how I'd rather have someone text me, "Hey Dar, your appointment is at such and such time," not, "Hey Darwin, your appointment is." Then as we scroll on down, we have review status and we have feedback. So as we move through this pipeline right here, once we get over here to, let me show you. On the first visit, we're going to be automatically at pre-review. On the second visit, this is automatically going to change to needs review. It's going to remain there until the feedback is sent. Once the feedback is sent, then it's going to say feedback requested. Now, based on whatever that feedback is, whether it's positive or negative, this is going to update to either negative feedback or positive feedback. In this way, when you're in a customer's, or when one of your customers are in their contact card of their contacts and their customers, they can quickly identify kind of where they're at with this particular customer. So we're like, oh, feedback's been requested and it's been positive. And actually, once they click it's positive, then this changes to review requested and the feedback requested goes away. So this is what that looks like in terms of how the workflows go. So I have 3 different kinds of review campaigns. We'll cover the others in later videos. But this is feedback and reviews after a certain number of appointments. So here we are in the first one. Move my head out of the way. So, the trigger is essentially appointment showed and has the tag pre-review. Now, I have this in another workflow when the appointments are being confirmed and they're being showed, they get tagged pre-review. So that's a part of this trigger, is that they have that tag. So after the second showed visit and tagged pre-review, then we are going to, let's see, here we are. Number of appointments equals 2 and has the tag pre-review. Then we're going to update the status, right? So we're going to update the review status to needs review and update the opportunity to needs review. And we also have, if you'll notice, we have the contact's name in the opportunity. That way we can keep up with it and we're like, oh, who is this that's, getting feedback and reviews. All right, now we're going to get out of that. And let me just pause for a minute and go into the contacts or the appointments, right? So on someone's appointment booking, when they come in here and a new customer is confirmed, one of the things we're doing is we are adding the tag right here, adding the tag pre-review. So that's where that comes from. Another thing that we're doing in the appointments that's a part of this feedback review workflow or system is we are calculating the number of visits shown. So at high level, it's easy to do that. Essentially, our trigger is appointment status is showed, and then we're using the math function to add a value, right? So add to the number of showed appointments, add a value of 1. So each time they're showed, it's just going to add another 1, until we get to the designated number that we want. All right, so let's go back to the review campaign. Number of appointments, and here we go. So the next thing is, after 4 showed visits. Now you can make this whatever you want, but we have 4 as this example. So the event type is normal, appointment showed equals 4. So that calculation calculates every time someone has a showed appointment. So once they have 4 and the review status is needs review, then it's going to do the action. So that's the trigger, and the action is update the status to feedback requested, and then update the opportunity pipeline to the stage feedback requested. From there, the next trigger is the feedback request itself, or the next workflow. And so the trigger to that is that the pipeline has stage change has gone from needs review to feedback requested. And you can see that right here. The change is to feedback requested right here. And then we're going to check to see if they already have been reviewed in the review status or the feedback status. Do they have any of these review requested, feedback requested, negative, or positive? If they don't have any of those, by the way, we're using an if-else statement here as for our action. If they do have those, then nothing's going to happen. We're going to be here at none. But if they don't have any of those, then we're going to go ahead and send them down this workflow, this side of the workflow. We're going to update the review status to feedback requested. We're going to check to see what their preferred method of communication is. Is it email or is it text? And then based on whatever that is, we're going to send out this feedback request. And it's going to say, hi, contact first name, like, hi, Stacy, thanks for being our customer. We'd love to know how your experience has been with us. Please click the link below the phrase that best applies. Thank you in advance. Then, of course, it has the business name. Below that, we have 2 trigger links. We have an it has been great and it's not been satisfactory. And those are trigger links, so those are going to trigger an action, and we're going to be able to watch and see what happens if they've been clicked or if they haven't been clicked. So then we're going to wait a day, right? Wait 1 day. And we're going to say, have either one of those links been clicked, right? So these are trigger links, positive or negative. Have they been clicked? And if they haven't, then we're going to ask for it again. By the way, Stacy, if you didn't get a chance, to give us your feedback, we'd love to know how your experience has been. Thank you in advance. And again, the trigger links for them to click. So the next piece of this is that one of the trigger links have been clicked. So our triggers for this workflow is that either the not satisfactory link or the satisfactory link have been clicked. Once they are, we're removing them from the previous workflow. And then we're saying which link was clicked. Is it the great experience or the not great experience link? From there, then we're going to send them down one of these tails. And so let's say it's great experience. Well, we're going to update the feedback to positive, like I showed you in the contact card. We're going to update the review status to review requested. We're going to update the opportunity pipeline to review requested. And then we're going to send a notification to the customer, like not the end customer who's clicked, but your customer, the business. And just give them a nice shot of serotonin that says, hi, let's say that it's the accounting service. Hi, ABC Accounting. Your customer, Stacy, just clicked positive feedback on their feedback request message. This is a strong indicator that they'll leave you a positive review. Be sure to check your reputation tab on the lower left side of your account to monitor your reviews. So there we go. Then we're going to wait a minute, and we are going to, and I'll show you in a minute why we wait a minute. We're going to wait a minute. Then we're going to check to see his preferred method of communication, email or not. And then we're going to send the review request. And that's going to come from the review settings, the reputation settings inside of High Level that you set up for your customer or they set up for themselves. We'll go there in just a minute. Now, there are a few other things here. And of course, we've got where we're going to remove them from the opportunity pipeline. So these are just simply removing someone from review requested or negative. So here in the opportunity pipeline, let's say that feedback has been requested for this particular customer. They clicked that feedback was great, which then triggered that a review request be sent. And of course, they're going to stay here in this stage for a period of time that you get to designate, and then it just removes because you don't want to just have this load up. This is so your clients can have good visibility on recent review requests as well as recent people who said not satisfactory. All right, so if someone does click that that it was negative, like they didn't have a good experience, we want to give them an opportunity to provide the feedback to the office so the office can contact them. So what we're going to do is send them to, well, here we go. Let me show you this. If they've clicked not satisfactory, they're going to get a form. It's going to pop up on their phone. Your logo would go here, and they get to put in their contact info and just, let you know where you missed the mark, or your customers where they missed the mark. Now, once they fill that out and submit it, then that triggers a workflow that lets your client know that a form has been submitted, right? So this is the trigger. The form is, please explain your experience. An internal notification goes to your client that says you just received a not satisfactory feedback form from the client, name and phone. And here's what they said. And so it goes right there. And it lets them know that a copy of the form is stored in the patient's contact page. Then it checks to see the contacts, again, preferred method of communication, and it sends a message out to the person who filled out the form that says, hey, Stacy, thanks for taking the time to tell us about your experience. Our goal is great experience for you. We'll be following up with you to see how we could have improved your experience. And this goes a long way. If someone says they didn't have a great experience, you give them the opportunity to vent or communicate with you or with your office. It gives you a great opportunity to turn that around. So that doesn't become something that could get worse or a negative review on Google or anything. It gives you an opportunity to really address something with the client or your clients, with their clients. Now, most good businesses are going to have that feedback positive clicked. And when that happens, they're going to get this. At least if they use our system, they're going to get this, right? Another shot of serotonin, just reaffirming, yeah, this is a great business. And, you'd put your logo right here. And then a minute later, that review request gets sent, as I showed you here in the workflow. Trigger links clicked. We go here, and review request is sent. Now, where that comes from you set that up over here in settings, right? So when you're in your account or your sub-account's account, and you go to settings, you've got reputation management. And of course, we have this pre-populated for our clients. It comes down here. And of course, this is just a placeholder image. They would put their logo right here. And then you make the review request whatever you want it to be. This is what we have populated. Like, hi, Stacy, thanks for sharing. You had a great experience. If you haven't already, would you be kind enough to leave us a review? Positive reviews help us reach more people to serve. Put the name. And then you can also say how many times you want it to go out, how many times you want to try that. There's a text version and an email version. Anyway, so that about covers it for this lesson or this high-level tip. If you'd like to know more, there should be information below where you can click and go to my site, and yeah, you can learn more about high level and how you can use it to serve local businesses and help them serve their clients better. Essentially, where a business can become more visible, more attractive, better communicative online. The more that you can use automations to communicate and deliver delight to customers, just the better it's going to reflect on your business. So until next time, we'll see you later. Oh, and by the way, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. So thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next video.